What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean from 4JLU, 4 Geeks Like You, and you're now tuned in to my review of Breaking Bad Season 5B, Episode 9, titled Blood Money. Let's go. So this episode starts off in the near future. I'm not talking about flying cars and shit, but it's like in the future. Walter has hair now. He goes back to his house, and you see like it's really run down, like it's been abandoned for a very long time. Okay, and he goes back there, and he's looking for something. He goes inside. He's looking around, but you don't find out in particular what he's looking for. So then he comes back out, and his neighbor's there, and I'm automatically thinking, is this the Walter that from like season 4? Because if it is, then he's gonna be like, okay, you already saw me, time to go. But he looks at her and he's like, how you doing, Janet? I think that was her name, Janet. And he's like, how you doing, Janet? And she just drops her shopping bags on the floor, and then it cuts back to current time. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm trying to put pieces together about that, but I'll get to that at the end of this review. So we're back with Hank is on the toilet. He's looking at the notebook. He's trying to figure out WW, like, really? It's Walter? Like, wow, okay. So then he goes out back to the barbecue by the patio, and he doesn't say anything to Walter or Skyler. He just stands there, and he's like, yeah, you know what, I gotta go, I'm not feeling too well. And after, he gets in his car, and he has like something like a heart attack. Not a real full-on heart attack, but he passes out, he crashes, and he gets back home, and he's like, he's dead set on the fact that Walter White is freaking Heisenberg. So when he's home, he's looking at the notebooks, looking at the WW, and he's like, yeah, this motherfucker is Heisenberg. So later on, we get a scene where Lydia actually comes to the car wash to confront Walter. She's like, listen, we need you back. You're leaving me like empty-handed right now. I can't be left like this. You know what'll happen. And Walter's like, listen, I don't want any part of that life anymore. So that Skyler finds out that Lydia used to work with Walter and is trying to get him to come back. And Skyler confronts Lydia, which is a hilarious scene because she's like, listen, get out of here. Don't ever come back. And Lydia's looking at her like, but wait. And she's like, no. Get your stuff. Get out. Don't come back. She gets in the car and she's looking all frantic and stuff. It's just hilarious. Her character is hilarious. Just the facial expressions that she makes when you know that she's scared shitless. It's just hilarious to me. So the next thing I want to talk about is Jesse. Jesse is like really depressed. It's like, remember when Jane died? It's sort of like that. Like he's really down in depression, and it shows even when Walter confronts him, because he goes to the lawyer and he's like, listen, I want you to give the money away. And the lawyer's like, you want to give it away like, charity? Like, nah, something's not right here. So Jesse later on in the episode, he's sitting in his car and he's sleeping. Again, he's like really down in the dumps, and he has a sack of money next to him, like a good $5 million, I think it is. So he gives some of it to a homeless man, and then after that he pulls off and he starts driving around throwing money out the window like he's freaking Santa Claus giving out gifts to kids. And I'm like, really? Like, you see the money like landing on people's lawns and whatnot, and I'm like, wow, like not only are you making a problem for Walter, but you're also drawing attention, because now the DEA is going to be heavy on Walter due to Hank thinking that Walter is actually Heisenberg. But after that, the next thing I want to focus on is Hank. Now, Walter comes to visit Hank, and this is at the end of the episode. He comes to visit Hank, and Hank is like, all right, he's putting everything away and whatnot, because earlier that night, the night before, Walter found one of the tracking devices that they used to track down Gus. So Walter's like, oh, okay. He's thinking it's me, because I can't find my notebook, the book that I had. And Hank was in the toilet. So again, Walter's putting pieces together as well. But he goes to confront Hank, not on a you took my stuff, but he's like, yeah, he's being slick about it, calm. And then he's like, hey, look, I found this at the bottom of my car, man. Do you know anything about it? And Hank's face was like so serious. Like he was like, this motherfucker here. He closed the garage on him, right? And Walter's like, I don't like the way you're looking at me right now. The garage door closes, and then Hank just whaps him in the face, and you're like, holy shit, like it's about to go down. And Walter gets up, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Look, my cancer's coming back. I'm trying to fight that. Hank is like, fuck your cancer. And he's like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, buddy, but listen, that stuff that you see, it's not me, man. Do you really think that that's me? I'm about to die in like 6 months. So even if you do find a chance to prosecute me, you're gonna be prosecuting a dead man, because I'm not even gonna be here anymore. So then Hank is like, me, you, and Scar need to sit down. And he's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Listen, if you think you know who I am, then you might want to tread lightly. And the episode ends there, and I was like, wow, okay. Like, Walter gave Hank a subtle warning. Basically, listen, I'm not that guy, but if you think I'm that guy, then you might want to step back a little bit, because if I am that guy, I will fuck you up. I blew up nursing homes and all that shit. What makes you think I won't shut you down? So, yeah, that's my review for this episode. I definitely think along the lines, it's not gonna be Lydia, because Lydia right now, she one-ties Walter back, but I definitely think Jesse is probably going to rat out the whole operation, because he's feeling so down, especially if he finds out that Walter killed Mike. I think that once that comes to fruition, that everybody's going down. Everybody who's involved with this is going down. So I'm gonna give this episode definitely a 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it completely, especially the ending, especially the warning that Walter gave Hank. I definitely enjoyed that. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. Guys, what do you think? What do you think is gonna bring Walter down? And also, do you think that Walter's gonna go down? Because at the end of the episode, the beginning of the episode, where I would say like a year into Walter's life and him doing what he has to do, doesn't look like anybody's after him. But do you think that somebody's going to go down and take Walter down, or do you think that Walter's going to turn himself in, or do you think he's just going to be on the road and that's how it's going to end? Let me know below, guys. And again, this is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a good one.